if you use a patch cord and patch from the V-trick into the mod source at the backside of the poly D, set the modulation mix to noise and select noise mod source, you are able to use the mod wheel to control certain parameters, for example the filter cutoff. Simply enable filter modulation, decrease the filter cutoff a little bit, and now you can use the mod wheel to open the filter cutoff and to close it. If you send it to the oscillator modulation, you can control the pitch of the oscillator with the mod wheel. You can mix the waveforms from the LFO and the oscillator 4 to create completely new waveforms that wouldn't be available otherwise. For this one, set the modulation mix to 50%, select oscillator 4, LFO, let's set it to square wave. Let's set oscillator 4 in low frequency mode and disable the oscillator 4 control. Set it to a square wave also. As a target we want the filter modulation, close the filter a little bit. And now we can use LFO rate and the fine-tune knob of oscillator 4 to create a new waveform. And you will hear that this new waveform will create a rhythmic filter effect. You can also do this with the other waveforms. If you disable all the oscillators, close the filter completely, raise the emphasis to its highest value and enable both keyboard control switches, you are able to play the filter because the resonance is turned up so high that the filter will start to self-oscillate, creating a sine wave-like sound. And this is a really pure waveform that wouldn't be available elsewhere on the synth. But you also have to tune it with the cutoff knob here, similar like you would have to tune the oscillators. Because both keyboard control switches are on means that each time we are pressing a note on the keyboard, the filter cutoff will open or close a little bit depending on what note we are pressing. But right now the filter cutoff itself is functioning like a pitch knob, meaning movements on the cutoff will create different pitches. Also works really well in the low end. And if you add a little bit of amount of contour, you can use the decay to create a kick drum type of sound. And with the distortion we can really amplify this sound. We can use the sequencer to create drum rhythms. Press recording. Because now you can use the sequencer to program in a pattern. Press recording, go to a step. If you press, for example, rest, this step will be skipped. We can accent the step by pressing accent, and we can also create this cool ratchet effect by pressing shift and turning the glide. And now you can see how many ratchets you will create, and ratchets are basically just repeating notes. Can sound really cool. Let's create 3. With the cutoff you can now tune the kick. Maybe let's add a few more ratchets. can also add these ratchets while the sequence is playing by pressing shift and using the glide.